Before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates.
Welcome to our channel. Thomas and Catherine are on the beach when he asks Catherine to run and not turn around. He doesn't mind that she entered his life because he is prepared to die for what he accomplished. She hears the gunshot while she is leaving and can't stop crying. She keeps thinking about Thomas and reliving the gunshot boom and kiss. She then approaches the gun on the mantel and boxes it in. Alice has been waiting for Noah. He assumed she wouldn't want to get to know him, so he left her, and now that he's done it, she no longer wants to. Casey's return to town provides Alice with a valid excuse to ignore Noah. Casey responds strangely when Alice asks him to look after the land. Alice warns Elliot that things are breaking down at home. Sam stops by Dell to tell her that he wants her assistance in thinking about getting another horse. It's okay. He also wants to go past being treated silently. She informs him that she signed the documents transferring the land to the Goodwins, and she believes he is content. Both she and he are thrilled. Alice ponders whether the only reason she continued returning to the pond was that she was the cause of the rift. She won't have to wait long for the information, Elliot assures her, adding that Kat has indeed returned. She turns back. It's been a year, according to Elliot. He's leaving after graduating from college. Kat hasn't heard from him in a long, and Dell has left. For a few weeks, she is in North Carolina. Perhaps the pond had sent her back to make apologies. No, more is required. Elliot pushes Alice into a confined room while Kat knocks on the door at that precise moment. Current-day Kat is telling Elliot about Thomas's incident. She says, "Oh, it's not about the coins," but he can't stop staring at the coins. Though she makes a sincere effort to mend things, she ultimately breaks them. Alice hears Kat's admission that she's lost and feels like a bad mother during their meeting with Elliot. Elliot receives a picture of Alice and an airline ticket for Dell from Kat, but he isn't coming. His father is present, though. When Kat notices him, she's taken aback and asks him to give her the ticket and picture. We can assume what happened next. Victor informs Elliot that he will never be able to leave this location. He was born with it. He will observe. Though she says it aloud to herself, Alice walks off without saying goodbye to him. Dell is second-guessing herself, but she won't back down from taking out a loan or anything. Elliot is commended by Alice for informing Kat that she would make a wonderful mother. Her curiosity about the airline ticket is piqued when she notices his notebook containing the Finn factor. Following Finn, who was pursuing Kat, Jacob fell into the pond. Elliot began to believe that others could travel too, provided they were accompanied by a Landry, but he wound back into the present. He is attempting to ascertain how it operates. He has learned that individuals can move forward but never go back, which explains why efforts made in the past have failed. He goes to the water and jumps with Alice. Elliot and Alice go into the pond. WTF was that, he asks himself? Does it have to be done that way each time? It seems like a vacuum is being drawn upon. He's ecstatic. In search of Thomas, Kat goes to the graveyard. She notices Susanna, Rebecca, and Elijah. Susanna was the painter. The mark in the picture corresponds to the one on her grave. The sight of Jacob's bike and Colton's truck causes Elliot to lose his mind. It seems beyond his capabilities. After that, he spots Colton. Alice pushes him to come say hi. Colton makes Elliot a job offer. He is considering providing electricity to Elliot's temporary residence, the barn. To help Elliot feel more at home, Colton is doing this. He opens his eyes and starts crying. It is now known to Elliot that he installed the barn's electricity himself. Sam has a horse, and Stormy and the animal get along great. She tells him she's sorry for becoming so dramatic when he offered her the check. Colton emphasizes how crucial it is to provide folks a place of their own. It's even more crucial given Elliot's family situation. It has been one of the most fulfilling things he has ever done to work on the barn with him, and he will always remember it. He wants to treasure their final year together before they graduate. From the front row, he will be giving a hearty cheer. Almost telling Colton not to do something, Elliot can't help but change his mind. Kat approaches the stone in the fireplace after examining the painting in front of a mirror. It's her book inside. Port Haven's Founding. It's committed to Kat. She desires Kat to narrate her tale. It's the page that the almanac is missing. Elliot and Alice watch the festivities that evening. They have to flee when Elliot makes a noise. However, there's another blurry person behind Elliot and Alice. Why does it seem to me like Thomas? The reason is desperation. Once they get back home, Elliot opens the desk and discovers the letter and ticket. It was never delivered, and it remained in that drawer indefinitely. The pond was sending her back because of this. They have the ability to fix this. While conversing with Colton, Dell is gazing in the mirror. She finds it difficult to let him go. She can welcome someone else into her world without having to let him go. Alice gathers Kat and Dell to present the letter to them. Years of miscommunications are cleared away when they reconcile. In search of Dell, Casey stops by the house. She has an enormous engagement ring set in diamonds around her neck. It is no longer feasible to purchase the land. Her father apologizes, but the contract needs to be torn up. Alice saw Kat at her worst when she visited Elliot, and Kat is mortified. Alice became even more appreciative of her. Alice wants to know if Kat has any pictures of Casey. They have no more financial issues because the coins are worth a modest fortune. In Colton's chair is Sam as well. Dell desires to speak with Sam. Being his neighbor makes her happy. She enjoys having him close by. Knowing him is nice for her. Elliot Susanna's book is seen by Kat. He shares his time travel story with her. At last, he comprehends what she endured the previous year. It was what he wanted to accomplish, too. He desires that she select him. She has to process what he said. That's okay, right? To the pond goes Kat. She visualizes Thomas following her. Had he survived, she would have cherished him. Then Jacob appears from behind her, emerging from the water. Alice knows that the ring on Casey is hers from Kat and Brady. Isn't Casey Alice's child? At home, Elliot stares at the wall, seeing his father and Colton in the background. He starts to destroy the wall. Jacob was invited by Elijah and Susanna. Thomas persuaded him to come as well. She wasn't absent when Thomas passed away. Thomas has survived. His life was saved by the armor he was able to obtain. Jacob visualizes himself joyfully leaving the house. Because he can travel through time, she hopes her father could see this. Jacob was not the young boy near the pond who was with the elderly woman. Colton was the one. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.